Project. Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Tim Murphy joins me now. He was also involved in the look into the Solyndra company. He's on the House Energy and Commerce Committee and says that the project is worth looking into and perhaps a congressional investigation. Congressman, good morning. Good to have you here this morning.
Good morning, Martha. Good to be with you.
So obviously this has been very controversial, as I said, over the last 10 years. So it has made it through twice, I believe, through Bush administration, purview, and now it is under Obama administration purview. So, I guess it's very bipartisan approval so far of this project. So why do you have a problem with it?
Well, the concern is in the bigger picture of what is happening with energy. Keep in mind that wind energy is subsidized about $56 per kilowatt hour, coal about 64 cents. And this is a continued push by the administration to push one type of energy, this green energy, wind and solar, while cutting off so many other areas. Keep in mind, we're very concerned about this 40 months plus of poor job reports, unemployment above 8%. Coal is looking at losing a couple 100,000 jobs per year. What's happened here is the administration has managed to push through and bypass concerns of the Federal Aviation Administration about having blind spots with radar with this. But they've been able to move this through quickly. In other areas, however, they've stalled for the longest time in permitting us to drill for oil or natural gas offshore while they push for wind offshore. So it is this biased approach which is hurting our economy and hurting our jobs for the sake of the green energy, which concerns us deeply.
Wouldn't they say that there are, lots of successful wind farm projects like this in Europe? According to what I read, the people who are in favor of the project say that it would create about 75% of the energy that the Cape needs. So I guess it's a question of why not try this as part of an above all of the above kind of solution to energy?
Well, if it indeed was all the above solution energy, that would be worthwhile. No one's against wind and solar overall, but it is to the exclusion of coal. Coal has dropped now from 50% of our energy to 30% of our energy. People can expect their their electric bills to increase by about 30 to 40% over the next few years. These are families who are already hurting for spending a couple $1,000s more per year on gasoline, will now be spending $300 or $400 more per year on electricity. Look at the manufacturing losses in this country because of the increased cost of energy. Again, bear in mind this wind and solar energy costs much more to produce. We have massive supplies of coal. We can clean it up, but this administration has abandoned its promise of working on clean coal technology to the exclusion of working with these other green energy. It concerns us that this indeed is not an all-the-above energy picture, and it's going to cost us more jobs.
Let's take a look at this is a statement that the FAA put out, because now, as you point out, they're being accused of greenlighting this project when they felt that maybe it wasn't in the best interest of flight patterns around the Cape. They say that employee opinions that are expressed in internal emails or documents are not official agency positions. The FAA makes obstruction evaluation based on safety considerations and the available solutions to mitigate potential risks. And what they're referring to there is this Freedom of Information request that was just fulfilled a couple of days ago that shows a pattern of emails from some folks at the FAA that indicates that they felt that they couldn't speak freely, that they were under pressure by the administration to greenlight this project. Is Congress going to look into that? Are you going to do an investigation?
Sure, that's the very thing we need to look at. This administration, despite on its first day of office, said it was going to be the most transparent administration ever, has been anything but that. Look at the way they've continued to block us on our investigation of Solyndra. Look at what they've done with Fast and Furious and so many other areas. We'd love to see exactly what the facts are here with the FAA. And look, if this is in a dangerous area, if it creates big blind spots for aircraft and for air traffic control, that's an important aspect we need to be taking a careful look at.
It's interesting that Ted Kennedy, long a proponent during his life of environmental, making environmentally sound choices, was very much against this Cape Wind project. The whole Kennedy family has been very much against it, and that would no doubt put them at odds, I guess, with the administration on this and the prior administration.
Well, and it's important to find out exactly why that was. Was that a factor because they didn't like the appearance of a location? Is it a public safety issue? I'm deeply concerned about the public safety of any of this. But let's also remember the massive loss of jobs when we've had a huge job market that's been a problem, and more manufacturing jobs leaving our country as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative Murphy. Good to talk to you today. We'll see where this one goes.
Good to talk to you. Have a great day, Martha.
You too.
Yeah. New concerns about